Game of Thrones left two big marks into society. One was culturally because it was an HBO production created from a series of books that were, pretty decent and pretty big. So there was material for it. The other mark left upon society is what happens when you promise to bad writers that you give them Star Wars. You give them the keys to the kingdom, and then you see them flop and, well, they lose those keys. Oh well. Now HBO presents to us House of the Dragon, and the first episode that was released on Monday. And I saw it because, after what Game of Thrones did to me, I can't really take it sitting down, And I want to say this. It's not bad. House of the Dragon is not a bad series, and its connection to Game of Thrones, while it's there, and of course it is, it's pretty good, okay? I dare even say it's pretty good. What I want you, though, instead is to understand the following. Be skeptical. Remember two very important things. One, the way we got burned with Game of Thrones Season 8. And second, and most importantly of all, that the people working on it are woke scolds. Now, let's move aside from the black character that shouldn't be black. And let's go to a scene, which, spoiler alert, I guess, but whatever. It's been like a day or two since it appeared. And there's this birthing scene that goes a little bit wrong. It's also in the Dance of Dragons? No. Whatever it was. Yeah, Dance of Dragons, I guess. Book. The story is already written. It already has a beginning and an end to it. So, no spoilers there. There's this birthing scene. There's this lady giving birth, and at some point there appears to be complications, those of the manner that the baby won't come out. And of course, when you look at a medieval society like what Game of Thrones is supposed to be, it kind of makes sense the baby doesn't want to come out. If you ask me, it kind of makes sense. And the practices to get the baby out aren't that advanced at this point in the series. And so, their only option in this case is to perform a C-section on the birthing mother. So, they perform a C-section on the mother. But of course, it being Game of Thrones and technically being a medieval society, the mother doesn't survive. Unfortunately, I know, the mother doesn't survive. And this is a scene that was written years ago. And it's pretty well established that happens because it leads into other important events in the story. It makes sense, At the end of the day, it makes sense that it happens and it continues the story. It was written before some time, before the current era. Thank God for that. And then you get producers going out of their way to say that this whole scene was a commentary on Roe v. Wade. Now, please excuse me for a moment while I ask myself, what is the point of saying this scene that already existed before you put your dirty little hands on it is a commentary of the political climate of 2022? Yeah, be very careful with it, because you never know when the guy's working on it might just turn that knob a little bit more to the point that they shouldn't be turning it to. They might just turn it all the way up to the left, and you get a bunch of, I'm trying not to get demonetized for this, but you get a bunch of poppycock. Yes, we'll use the term poppycock in this one when it comes to writing and characters. In of itself, the first episode was good. Again, be skeptical of it. I didn't expect Matt Smith, I think was the name of the Daemon Targaryen guy. I didn't expect Matt Smith to do pretty well in that. He doesn't really look that well. It looks kind of uncanny. Like one of those bad looking elves from Rings of Power. But he's doing his role pretty well. And I don't really see Matt Smith as an actor that really, gets into the more dramatical and the more character-driven and important stuff. I see him more as sort of a comedy act. But I guess that's my impression of him as a Doctor Who that's really tainting my view right now. Nevertheless, He's doing pretty okay in the first episode from what I saw, and it's quite unexpected. It wasn't expected to me. And that's about it. I would recommend you watch it, but I also recommend you be very skeptical of everything and the way this show will turn out. Remember what we got screwed with season 8? It wouldn't be nice for that to repeat again. So, let's take care of it. And if worse comes, since Martin won't finish those damned books already, because he's too fat to write, I guess. Anyway, we always have the other books, and we have this story world that we can read completely without having its fake Roe v. Wade thing added to it.